Hi everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. I've got Jonny, who obviously you've seen a regular from fan camps. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad yourself.
No, not bad. Thank you for asking, and we'll see you on Saturday for a fan cam,
Yeah.
of course. Arsenal are literally a day or two away now, and we just thought, let's try and get a predicted 11 from your perspective. This is more what we're trying to predict what Rafa's going to go with rather than our own. Obviously, you would have seen Kyle yesterday, but this one's going to be what we think. So, formation, Jonny, typical 4-2-3-1.
I think so. I don't know whether he's going to give Arsenal too much respect because he gave Chelsea and Man City respect by putting five at the back. I just think he might go four at the back because it's at home. And we kind of need the points up now because we've only got a point in the first four games, so I would say four at the back.
I would agree. Let's crack on with them. Pretty easy, the goalkeeper. Who are you going with?
Yeah, Dubravka. He's been one of the best players so far this season. He's kept us in some games. But yeah,
Picked
easy
himself,
decision.
didn't he?
Easy decision, yeah.
Now, we was talking that DeAndre Edlin's been on international duty and travelling all over the place. Do you think he will automatically come in at right back?
I think he has to. I think Sterry hasn't really. He's played the Forest game. He did okay, but the Edlands are, he's on a bit of a wave, bit of a high with the goal against Man City. Apparently, he did okay against Neymar for the USA as well. So, you've got to play him. If he says he's okay, I think it's worth the risk until we've got a full week for the next game. I think Palace is a week on Saturday, so I think it's worth the risk to go with the Edlund at right back, especially the pace he goes us down that right hand side.
Yeah, I would agree. Lascelles, obviously, who would pick himself surely.
Yes.
But more importantly, who plays alongside him? Because we've seen Fabian Schär just be named in the EA Sports Team of the Week. You've got Fernandes, who he seems to be keen on, or does he go with experience, who he knows, Clark and Lascelles? Who is Rafa going to go with?
I think Rafa will go with Clark. It personally wouldn't be what I would go for, but I think it's more of a safe bet in terms of what Rafa will think. I think Clark would be a safer pair of hands. I think him and Lascelles work well together. I think the fact that Fernandes and Shaw haven't played too many games with Lascelles, I think that's probably why he will go with Clark. Personally, I would have gone for Fernandes. I think he looks a bit more settled. I think he looks a bit more at ease at the Premier League, but I think it'll be Kieran Clark. He's no nonsense, which is not a bad thing, but he is prone to an error.
Did you see the Ireland game?
I didn't see the Ireland game, no. Apparently, was he any good?
Yeah, he was at fault for at least two. He was at fault for at least two of their goals. I think whoever he chooses alongside Lascelles will be second choice centre back until Lejeune comes back for me.
I think it depends though, because if he plays Clark on Saturday, is it just maybe to try and ruffle up Aubameyang and Lacazette? I think you've got to kind of remember who he's up against, because if you play Fernandes there, will you get into a ruffle and a tumble kind of game, or will he just let Aubameyang and Lacazette play their own way? I think that's why you probably will put Clark in there, because he won't kind of let them do that. He will try and put a foot in if he can. So I don't know if he'll be the second choice for this season, but I think he'll do for this game.
Yeah, okay. I think Fabian Schär likes a good tackle as well, mind you.
Yeah.
Left back, I think we'll both agree here. It's pretty much picked himself, Mr. Paul Dummett.
Yeah. I think he's continuing his form from last season, this season. So yeah, easy one for that one.
Now, this is if Shelvey is fit. So Shelvey plays. I think we both agree.
Definitely.
Let's go along the lines that Shelvey does play. Is it Diarmi alongside him for you?
Yes, I haven't seen enough of Key, and I think it's again, Diarmi puts his foot in. I don't think he's actually had a bad start this season, Diarmi. I think he's been one of our better players considering who we've been up against. So yeah, I would if Shelvey's fit, Shelvey and Diarmi. I think that you've seen from last season when we played well, it worked well. So yeah, I would definitely go Shelvey and Diarmi at the minute.
And do you agree with what me and Rob were saying the other day, is that we feel that Arsenal will be pretty weak? I know there's talks of Torreira coming back, but Xhaka, Arsenal fans just don't rate him at all, and they got the youngster Guendouzi. Do you think Diarmi and Shelvey can get the better of those two?
If Xhaka plays, Xhaka likes time on the ball, and Diarmi won't give him that time on the ball. Shelvey won't give him that time on the ball. I think Guendouzi, I haven't seen a lot of, but Arsenal fans seem to be very happy with how he started. They want obviously that's it. Torreira is how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Torreira. It looks like he's going to be. Is he match fit? That's the question.
I think he plus he would have been playing for Uruguay as well, for international duty. So I I think obviously Xhaka only played down the road. Well, I say down the road in England terms. Leicester's down the road, isn't it?
A 6-hour drive.
Yeah, it's a long drive possibly, but I think Xhaka will probably start. You've got to just put pressure on him because he loves spraying the balls. A bit like Shelby, he likes to have a little look around and see if he can, play from one side to the other quite quickly. But I'd definitely say get Diarmi to just stand on his toes a little bit and force him into making an error.
How do you go right, Richie?
If Richie's fit, yeah, you've got to. I think we've missed him a little bit. I think especially in the Forest game, I think we could have done with him playing an hour because Atsu was invisible.
What's happened to him?
Do you know the thing is, like, when he came on against Man City, I couldn't believe it. If I'm being brutally honest, I was thinking after the game against Forest, I thought, I don't know what Murphy's done wrong, but when you watch him defensively, Atsu is actually quite good. He does what Rafa says in that sense, but going forward, he just doesn't offer as much at all. I think Murphy offers a lot more going forward than Richie does, but defensively, I think he trusts Atsu more than them two, possibly.
I don't like Atsu on that right mind, but that's for another video. Kennedy hasn't had. I guess he had a good game against Spurs, but he's been off the boil. Has he come straight in at left flank for you?
Kennedy's still our best winger, in my opinion. He has to play. I think I said in a previous video last season, he's a bit like Robert. I think he might be like a home game. Like a home game might be more suited for him. I think he likes the fact that the fans are kind of, galvanised a little bit more. I think he thrives on that. So I would definitely play Kennedy. I don't know if he had a bad head or something, was it, when he came up against Man City? I think we had a bad head after watching him against Forest, but yeah,
picked himself.
I think he's our best winger, and if he's fit, definitely start him.
And the number 10, does he go with the trusted Iose, or will he bring in a surprise from, I don't know, Mutu, or do you think it'll be Perez?
Has to be Perez, doesn't it? Has to be. He does have one good game every now and then. I think in fact it's against Arsenal. He hasn't played in a couple of weeks. He'll be fresh. I'll definitely start Perez. And for me, he's got a slight little point to prove, I think, because everyone expected maybe bigger things from this season, considering the way he finished last season. So maybe it's time for him to kind of get a kick up the backside and see how he gets on from now to the next international break.
Yeah, I think he needs severe competition there. Maybe Mutu's that man, who knows?
Possibly, yeah.
Up top then, so Hoslu's fairly started pretty good. He's got a couple of goals. Rondon's come in, done all right, got the goal against Forest, held the ball up well at Man City, scored for Venezuela, scored a double. I know they're pretty easy goals, but again, probably similar to Yedlin, that travelling, Rafa was talking about that. He's travelled over 11,000 miles, the most. Who plays up top? Remember, we're going on Rafa, not us.
I think Rafa will start Hoslu.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think it's a bit different to the Yedlin case because we've only got a young lad on the bench, so you can't really risk him, I don't think, just yet. At least he knows with Hoslu, you can kind of trust him a little bit more. If he really wants to mix things up, you could put Muto in there and put Muto as the main man, but he likes a more physical presence. And I think the fact that Hoslu and Perez have played a little bit more together probably just edged it up. Would I play Rondon? Again, it depends on how he feels, but if he's travelling from America, it's difficult for a striker. He's going to be running a lot more, and if he's only going to be getting scraps, it might be worth it to play half an hour off for him. See if he can get 60, 65 minutes off Hoslu. See if he can nick a goal of some sort like he has done against Spurs and Chelsea. So, Hoslu's not going to come into this game with no confidence. He's scored 2 goals already this season. So I think he'll start Hoslu.
Yeah.
I do think he'll start Hoslu in the end.
Be interesting, wouldn't it? Well, that was it. Pretty much straightforward. That's our predicted 11. Obviously 4-2-3-1, you think, and I think we've got to probably go on and attack a little bit better, more so this game out. Jonny, obviously, will be at fan cams as well. Let us know what you think as well. Don't go on what your preferred is. Try and predict Rafa's 11. That's what we're asking you in today's video, like Jonny has. Jonny, I shall see you on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
All right, thank you very much. Enjoy your night, everyone. See you. Bye-bye.